Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the first time. Today we're going to be recreating this look that I found on Instagram by Makeup by Dana. If you'd like to see how to go ahead and do this, stay right here. Thanks so much. So I already have all of my other makeup on. All I have to do now is my eye makeup. I'm going to do a blush look with a cut crease and some glitter, and we're just going to go a little more pop than what I usually do during the week because it's a Christmas party, so have some fun. And let's get started. I'm going to go in with my little handy dandy double-sided Tarte brush that I've had forever. I love this brush. It packs on color really nice. And I'm going to go take my Too Faced Chocolate Bonbon palette, which you can see is pretty well loved. And I'm going to go in with this color called Divinity. And I'm going to just do from lash line to eyebrow all over to kind of give me a nice smooth color all over. We're going to do that on both eyes. So there's that. And then I'm going to go in with my Morphe S3027 brush, and it's a great little fluffy brush, and I like to use it to do my transition colors in maybe one shade darker than that. I find it gives me a really nice soft diffused line, makes it really smooth, and is really great for blending. And I'm going to go back in with the Chocolate Bonbon, and I'm going to use this color right here called Cashew Chew. Now it's a really pretty light grayish brown, and it's a little cool. And I have found that when I'm trying to do a cool eye look and just go in with a neutral color in my transition shade, that this color itself works really, really well. It's really soft, not too in your face, and it just defines the crease just a little bit and creates a really pretty shadow, as you can see right there. Now when I'm doing my transition color, I like to drag the brush very lightly back and forth from the outer corner into the inner corner, and just go back and forth very lightly, and you'll see that creates a really pretty diffused line, so your color is not too bold, because when you're doing your crease you want to make sure you're doing very light shades bit by bit by bit, and that's how you get a very soft blended effect. After that, I'm going to go in with this color called Almond Truffle, and I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm going to go in just a little bit further from my inner corner, still going to the outside corner, and that will create a really pretty subtle line, just like that. And you can see now it's just starting to build up a little bit in the crease. We'll do the same on the other side. So I've gotten away from using my Too Faced Bonbon palette, and the other day I was going through my old eyeshadow palettes and I stumbled on this one, and I forgot. I almost decluttered it, and I decided to give it one last shot, and then I've used it every day this week, and I'm so glad that I decided to keep it in my collection, because it really is a nice cool toned palette, and I know a lot of people have a hard time trying to figure out what to do. The layout's a little funky, so it does take a little bit to find your inspiration with it, but once you find a really good place for it, it's a great palette to have. I like it better than the other chocolate palettes. That's why I wound up going with it. I like the pinks and the purples and the green in it, and Too Faced is kind of known for throwing in that one oddball green color, and I'm kind of coming for it right now. So now that we've got that all set, I'm going to go in with my ColourPop My Little Pony palette, and I'm going to take my Sigma Diffused Crease E38 brush into this color right here called Applejack. No, I lied. It's called Flutterby. So I'm going to swirl it, and I'm going to take it from the outside corner, dragging it about a little past the halfway point. I apologize. It is midday and there are people moving upstairs and there are people loud in the hallway. So if all that's coming over the camera, I live in an apartment. There's very little I can do because people gotta live. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And then I'm gonna take my little no-named blender brush and I'm gonna drag it back and forth and blend all of that work I've done so far together, blending out at the outside corner. Now if you're not happy with how dark that is and you want to go a little darker, you can either go back in with your diffused crease brush, or you can find something that's a little packed tighter. I am going to take this brush, my Sigma S37, an all over blend brush, but I find that this doesn't work so well for blending for me. It's packed pretty tight, and I find that with what I need it for, I will go in and go just a little bit, and that'll keep the color nice and dense. And I'm just going to keep it towards the outside corner. Now because I'm going to do a cut crease, I'm not going to bother bringing this into my outer V. There's no point. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end up erasing all of that. So I'm not going to put all that work into it. And blend. And I like to use circles on the outside corner. I find that it diffuses that color outward, and you kind of want to go, you move your hand in a clockwise motion on your left eye, and I go in a counterclockwise motion on my right eye, and that blends the color outwards towards the eyebrow. Now I'm going to make this a little bit darker. I'm going to take this brush, my Sigma small tapered blending brush E45, and I'm going to go into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to hit it into Love Letter. I find that's a really pretty burgundy pinky color on my lid. And I'm just going to take it ever so lightly right in the crease and just deposit all that color and go very, very lightly. And then I'm going to go in with the blending brush and I'm going to blend it into my crease. So now I have a really nice focal point right here on my eye. I'm going to do the same on the other side. It's coffee time. Sometimes when you're doing this stuff, you just need to give yourself a minute to drink some coffee and calm the heck down. Because I need this to last until the party starts at 6 o'clock tonight. And right now it is 1:15 in the afternoon. So I need this look to kind of stay put. Now it's time to cut in the crease, and I'm going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape and I'm going to lay it in on my palette. Now I keep this little palette for putting on foundation and using it to scrape color out that I need, or if I need to blend something. I find that this works really well. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to take this little brush that I got in some subscription box somewhere, and I am going to put a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape onto my palette, and I'm going to dip my brush in. So I lost video as I was doing my cut crease and I didn't realize it, and then all of a sudden my shutter slammed shut and I'm like, whoa. So I've already done one cut crease, but we'll do it again. I put my Tarte Shape Tape down on my palette and I have taken my little brush, and you're going to take it and roll it in there and not just rub it back and forth, because you want a really good distribution of the color. And then you're going to go in and cut your crease in. Now, I typically avoid cut creases because I find that I have hooded eyes and a lot of times it gets lost, but I really want to try this today. I'm going to use this little brush with the angled brush on one side and this soft brush on the other, and I'm going to use that to just blend a little. I'm going to pat everything in. And after that is on my face, I'm going to go back in with the color I started with, Divinity, in my Too Faced palette, and I'm just going to tap it along there to set the Shape Tape. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. So in this look that I am copying, we have the glitter that goes in the inner corner and a line of glitter that follows the cut crease. Now, I stink at this and I don't have any glitter liner, but it looks like in the picture that she is using the same glitter that she used in here. So, in order to accomplish this, we got to start with our NYX glitter primer. Just a touch on your finger, no more than that. And tap it into the cut crease so the glitter has something to stick to. And if you have hooded eyes, you know glitter primer just feels bizarre because it feels like your lid is sticking, so that's always exciting. Alright, so you're going to give that a second to kind of set, and in the meantime I will talk about what we're going to use next. I have these little Stila glitter eyeshadows, and I'm going to take the shade Diamond Dust, and I am going to put it on my palette because it will stay wet longer and give me something to kind of work with. And then I'm going to take my angled brush from Brow Gal, and I'm going to use that along the crease line. I'm going to use this one because I do not have a thin enough brush to get the drag that I want, so I'm just going to kind of stamp it along, and we'll see how that works together because I have not done a dry run of this look yet. So I'm going to get the glitter on my brush real good, and we're just going to start stamping it in a little bit. And I'm going with that simply nailogical kind of thought of tamping the glitters on like she does with the sponge, and I think maybe that might wind up working. Yeah, it seems to actually be doing exactly what I wanted to do. We're going to do the same on the other eye. Just tamping it in along the edges of the cut crease. Right, so I already started working on this eye, packing in the glitter in the corner and kind of diffusing it out to the center of the eye. And you want to make sure you keep your eye closed until you are confident that everything is where you want it and that it's dry. Otherwise, glitter everywhere in disaster. We do that. And just kind of let that set. after you finish one eye, go back and do the same on the other and just kind of tamp that glitter into the inner corner. You can go in with your brush, you can go in with your finger, you can go in with the wand that it comes with. Whatever you are comfortable with working, make it work for you. Because nobody's in your house judging you but you. And you're the only person you have to answer to. And if the end result looks like what you want it to look like, who cares how you got there? Because there are no rules. There's just whatever makes the look come together for you. And you've got to really pack that glitter on in the inner corner. And the only way to make sure you're doing that is just hitting it with everything you got. So we're going to let that kind of set for a minute. And then we'll do underneath the bottom lash line. And we'll throw in some highlight up here and in the inner corners. Okay, now that we've got that set, we're going to do the outer corner underneath your bottom lash line. Now you want to handle your lower lash line in a similar fashion to what you handle your lid. So you don't want to just go in with boom, dark color the whole way, because otherwise this can really be overwhelming. I'm going to go in with my Ponyland shade on the outside here, just a little bit. I'm not going to do a full transition, just enough to go in and darken it. I'm not going to go the full way, about 3/4. And you're just going to exercise the same kind of thing you did on the lid. And I'm using my Morphe S28 brush. Then I'm going to go in with this darker color about halfway. And blend it out. And then I'm going to tap just the outer quarter with Love Letter in the Anastasia palette. Just a tiny little bit to bring that matched look in. So now that you have that all set, all you have to do is throw in some highlight to your brow bone and inner corner. And there's a couple different ways we can do that. I'm going to go in with, first I'm going to hit the brow bone with Divinity. And I'm going to use my Sigma Exact Blend E32 brush. Just do a little tiny bit and tap off the excess. And just lightly tap it along the brow bone, diffusing that color in. You don't want it to be a hard line. And then after you have that, you don't want to throw just a tiny little bit of shine right here. You don't want to go over the board. You don't want to do the whole thing unless that's the kind of look that you're going for. But considering this is still a work function, I got to try to make sure that it's a cleaned up look for me. So I'm going to use my Tarte Chrome Paint in, why can I never remember this name? Top Yacht. Looks like that. And tap it just a little bit, because very little goes a very long way on this color. I'm kind of drag my brush through it, so just a little bit, and hit the very highest part of the brow bone so you have just a little bit of shine. So when I do my inner corner, usually I use this brush, but this brush is covered in Shape Tape. So I'm going to use this brush that I got from my Wet n Wild set at Walgreens, and I am going to do I'm going to do a little bit more than I usually do for the inner corner, because that's kind of my favorite part. First I'm going to get it with the glitter glue, glitter primer rather, again. And just a tiny little bit tapped into the corner. Be careful, because you've got glitter everywhere. So you don't want to touch it and then get it all over your face. Alright, and after you've got the glitter primer down, take your brush and I'm going to dip it back into the chrome paints. Get a little bit and tap off the excess, and then get it in just the outer corner. So there's a fun little highlight happening. And do that on both sides. I'm bringing it in underneath the lower lash line, just to kind of add something to it on both sides. Bring that up and into the glitter, kind of tap it. All right. So after that, I'm just going to get a tiny little bit from my Kat Von D Alchemist palette in the color Pink Opal. Swirl that around, tap off the excess, and just dot it in the very corner so there's a little bit of color on top of that shine. So this kind of brings in what you've got going in the outer corner into a color theme into the inner corner. After that, I'm going to go in with my NYX Epic Ink, and I'm going to do a very simple line that I'm not going to wing tonight because I've got this happening on the outer corner and I don't want too much, and I don't want to lose that outer corner that I worked on. Now I'm going to use, today we're using Clinique High Impact Mascara in black on the upper and the lower lashes. After you've got your mascara on, if you're going to put on lower fake lashes, this is when I like to do it. I don't like to put on fake lashes and then do mascara. I'll do mascara, lashes, and then I will clamp the two together. That way I don't get mascara all over my falsies. I'm going to use the Ardell 120s in black. So after you pull them off, make sure you measure them before you glue them to your eye. Alright, and we're just going to finish this up real quick. We've only got two more things. We're going to throw some lipstick on. I have this Stila lipstick in Patina. It's a really pretty cool light pink color. I'm just going to get that on. After you've got your lipstick on, I'm going to go in with the Jouer Jeffree Star Lip Topper in the color Sweet Tooth. It's a really pretty pink, and it's very transformative, very glittery, so it'll bring in the glitter that I have above. Plus it keeps your lipsticks from drying out too much. That does mean that they lose their ability to be transfer proof. But it can make some really pretty new colors out of colors you've already got. Lip toppers are kind of a game changer. If you're a little bored with the things that you've got, you can buy one thing and make double the amount of lipsticks that you've already got if you put a topper over them. Last but not least, I'm going to spray my face with my Too Faced Peach Mist. Shake it up real good. After your setting spray sets, you are good to go. I had a lot of fun creating this look. It was something I found on Instagram by Makeup by Dana, and I will link her Instagram down below. I don't even know how she popped up on my feed or how I found her, but it was a really cool look, and I think we had a lot of fun creating it today. I'd never tried it before today, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, and I think it'll be a lot of fun tonight at the Christmas party. Other than that, thank you so much for stopping by. If you'd like to, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the button down below. Also make sure you hit the bell so if I post anything, you can get that notification right on your phone. Also, look me up on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. same way it's spelled here, BMAC_TN. I had a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much and have a good day. Bye. So where we're gonna start is we're having issues.
I'll get out of the way.
It's not you. I'm having issues today, Anthony.
I hear this.
And that does mean that they lose their transfer proofness, if that's a word, or their ability to not be transfer proof or to be, I don't know, English. The elephants have returned upstairs. I'm so glad. I was worried. Filming a video isn't complete without a safari.